Would you like to go moon gazing? You can sit in my rocking chair and admire the view. Or we could go to the moon and gaze down at Tefat. Whatever you prefer.
Ich bin auch nebenbei ein bisschen kurz am Video schneiden, wenn es in Ordnung ist. Ich bin gerade auch dabei, kurz Dinge. Da habe ich die Screenshots, die ich brauche. Ich muss dringend meine dämlichen. Ich muss alles aufräumen. Aber ich habe vor, das kann ich euch merken, wenn wir Genshin Impact durchhaben, werden wir ein bisschen Hightail nochmal machen. Also Hightail und dann werden wir ein Special-Stream machen. Wegen Genshin Impact werden wir übrigens ohne Vogel machen, ohne Vogelcharakter. Wegen der Story halt. Oder welchen? Doch, komm, ich pack den gleich raus. Aber nach dem Schneiden, ich will nicht meine Grafikkarte nicht umbringen. Ich will nicht meine Grafikkarte umlegen. Ich sollte aufhören, jetzt hier weiter zu löschen, die Intelligenzbestie.
So don't worry about me. I can keep up.
So, genau. Wo ist die Stelle jetzt im Video? Ihr hört jetzt gerade nichts, was ich hier mache. Es ist so kompliziert, diese Stelle zu finden, wenn du nicht mehr weißt, wo diese scheiß Stelle... Da kommt Freude auf, Chat. Wo war die jetzt, die Stelle? Mann, wenn man das will. Übrigens, Fun Fact, ich habe jetzt Fenstermodus. Also es ist jetzt ein Fenster, Spielaufnahme übrigens Genshin Impact. Ich hab's gefixt. Ich hab's endlich mal in mein Hirn gefixt, dass ich, wenn ich Genshin Impact spiele oder Spiele, wo ich weiß, dass es schwer ist zu capturen, im Admin-Modus ausführen sollte. OBS. Denn funktioniert das erstaunlicherweise. Während ich hier rumfummel. Seht ihr, wie gesagt, Kolubina hier rum. Wo ist denn? Meine liebe Kolubina. Eigentlich wollte ich sie nicht, aber ich wollte sie doch. Da wollte ich sie nicht. Das ist so in den Tiergrößen. Und dann habe ich sie. Ich hätte sofort schneiden sollen, nachdem ich. Ich finde das jetzt gerade nicht. Bin ich zu dämlich? Ich kann ja mal kurz in meinen Kanal gehen. So.
This realm is...
Ach ja,
If you ever have...
ich werde übrigens das Event, das Main-Event noch nicht machen, weil hier empfohlen wird, der letzte Moon-Akt zu machen, weil die halt wieder mit Kolobina und so weiter verknüpft ist mit der Nordkreis-Story ein bisschen. Also der Lyria-Charakter ist mit Dings, aber sie hat eine Vision, das weiß man schon von Nordcry, aber ist ein Lyria-Charakter. Ist irgendwie wild. Es ist ja genau wie mit ihr hier. Sie ist ja auch Nordcry. Sieht man ja hinten. Aber sie kommt eigentlich rein theoretisch aus Sumeru, ne? Ich habe auch, ich will übrigens ja auch hier Sebai heißt sie, glaube ich. Würde ich gerne auch ziehen. Tatsache, wir können aber einen Zähler machen. Auf den Standardbanner. Ja, nehme ich da was über. Hey! 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 Oh, ne Dona. Diona aber nicht. Ich kann auch nicht mehr reden. Das ist das Einzige, was das drin ist. Yippie, Schwerdebagger. Kann ich das mal kurz reintun? Danke sehr. Die habe ich ja schon. Ich habe. Kann ich euch das. Kann man nicht. Ich finde das schade, dass man nicht sehen kann, irgendwie wie viele Constellation Charaktere haben. Ne? Finde ich schade. Können wir mal kurz durchgehen durch die Vierer? Ja, genau, die habe ich 3, die ist voll 3. Man merkt, dass ich echt viele schon nicht nie mit Konsti habe. 4er. Also sie. Die würde ich Konsti dieses Jahr holen in Dings. Und dann gibt es ja noch, was ich gesehen habe, einen Charakter, der halt im nächsten Banner kommt, ein 4er-Charakter hat, der hat das Ding, was ich unbedingt haben will. Nicht? Nein, ich will meinen Namen nicht ändern. Ich. Nein, oh Gott, ich will zu den Lärmkärtchen. Bin ich zu dämlich dafür? Ja, anscheinend ja. Hallo? Ich habe genau die Stelle jetzt gerade im Video. Die kann ein bisschen länger sein als nur ein paar Sekunden. Dann muss ich wieder ranzoomen, damit ich die auseinanderziehen kann. Oh, das ist so nervig. Sind die jetzt gleich? Nein, ein bisschen muss ich sie weiterziehen. Halte. Slaps. Hallo, ich versuche hier was einzugeben. Hallo? Wieso darf ich das Projekt nicht speichern? Ja, dann werde ich das kurz zu rendern, dann können wir eine Runde Genshin Impact spielen und dann würde ich es, während ich Genshin Impact weiterspiele, auch hochladen. Damit ich das fertig habe. Damit eigentlich mal wieder was kommt. Weil das Slap-Thema ist schon sehr wichtig. So, wo haben wir denn hier? Da habe ich euch schon wieder. Gut. Dann wollen wir mal die Story weitermachen. Kurze Zusammenfassung oder was ich. Ein cooles Feature, das mit diesem Patch gekommen ist in Genshin Impact, ist, dass wir jetzt eine Timeline haben, die wir hier oben hier im Reiseverlauf anzeigen können. Da können wir schon sehen und ein bisschen nachlesen, was schon alles passiert ist. Wir wissen ja, dass wir den Crimson Mond, dass der Mond geklaut worden ist aus dem bei den Frostmoon-Leuten, denn halt mit die Dude hier gekämpft haben und halt auch den Crimson Mond besucht haben mit Alachino in der Zeit und dann halt den Kampf gegen ihn aufgenommen haben. Jetzt sind wir beim 4. Akt. Und, ja, ich wache heute, ich guck mal bis zum 6. Akt, damit wir morgen die letzten 2 Akts machen können und dann hier das Event in Ruhe. Und dann würde ich tatsächlich, wenn ich das Event, die Story mit dem Event mit euch gemacht habe, nächste Woche Tatsache auch um Thema, das ist ein schönes Thema, also ich würde Tatsache alle meine Pokémon-Karten raussuchen, da werden wir Pokémon-Karten sortieren. Weil ich unbedingt gerne Klarschiff sich hier in der Bude hinkriegen will, jetzt endlich mal. Und das heißt, und ich weiß, dass meine Pokémon-Karten sehr viel Platz verbrauchen. Und weil die auch teilweise noch im Displays chillen und so weiter, das war eine große Aufräumaktion und Sortierungsaktion machen. Werde ich nochmal im Livestream ankündigen, wie die Tage aussieht, der Plan. Genau. Und wir machen jetzt die Story weiter. Ich muss ja auch die Talentbosse für Columbina endlich mal freischalten. Das ist nämlich der neue Boss für Columbina und jetzt ist meine Columbina nicht stark genug. Genau, wir müssen jetzt hier hin. Und ich muss halt die Story halt mal machen, weil da die Charaktere vorkommen, die halt wiederum in den Gebieten, wo wir chillen, oder wo dort gerade hinzugefügt hat, chillen und halt ich halt einfach null weiß, wie die zur Verbindung stehen. Und ich will gerne. Verlasse ich das Team mit Colorint oder ich wechsle das lieber auf meine May-Miko aus. Chlorint, weil ich nicht auf Chlorint wechseln muss. Meine Chlorint ist sowieso nicht gerade solide. Meine May eher. Und jetzt habe ich sozusagen alle Mondeffekte, die Wasser auslöst. Was cool ist. Wir gehen jetzt zu Niefa. Niefa, also die wir gerade spielen, die ich gerade auch spiele, Niefa. Und gucken mal, was da abgeht. Außer alles, was Beine hat, außer Tische und Stühle. Was?
Thank you for waiting.
Ich sollte auf automatisch stellen.
We actually used the time to help Dainsleif get a room at the hotel.
That's very considerate of you. Now, I trust you share my curiosity about Rarier's past, and you seem fairly familiar with Mr. Dainsleif already. We spoke at some length after the meeting. He was the one who suggested I should invite you to join this operation. He feels confident that these secrets will be safe with you.
Dane has a lot of faith in us, that's for sure.
Likewise. I appreciate that you got right on board without interrogating me about why I invited you. It shows that you trust me to explain everything in due course.
That's because we know what you're capable of. We appreciate you too, Nefer. You might have been forced to help in the beginning, but this time, it was your choice.
That's one way to put it. Another is this, that once a decision's been made, it's set in stone. After that, my only goal is to see it through. Alright, so here's how it is. I'm going to access Rarier's thoughts again using my confidential method. Now, I'm sure you've seen things like this before on your travels, so you're surely well aware of how dangerous it can be. The reason I've gathered you all here is to ensure my safety during the proceedings. I plan for us to enter the fragment of his consciousness together, and once inside, I will focus on searching for information. Think of this as a diving expedition into someone's brain. If I'm the diver, you are my safety equipment, tasked with keeping me alive while I'm under the surface. Once the ceremony begins, we will all be spying on privileged information. But in the interests of safety, you must remain absolutely silent at all times. We will discuss our observations after the ceremony has concluded. Lastly, any individuals of a weaker constitution are advised not to partake in the ceremony. In any case, Paimon has her own job to do, which requires staying in the room but not joining the ceremony.
Mhm. Eine Mittelhaft gesparte Mode, die Tickets zum Ertauschen der Gehirne sind eine Betriebsgeheimnis.
Good luck, everyone. Sounds like all Paimon can do is cross her fingers and root for you guys.
There's a little more to it than that. I was being serious when I said you
Weil
have a job to do.
Mhm.
While the rest of us are inside Rarier's mind, it's imperative that we have a team member on the outside. In the event that something goes wrong, you will be our first responder. I don't anticipate any issues, but the extra level of safety will be greatly appreciated.
I second that. This is a dangerous operation here, and you're our whole rescue team. That's pretty much the most important job in the crew.
Paimon, die Erste-Hilfe-Schwester. Ich werd wild.
Good. Please, take a seat. We'll get started
Ich
momentarily.
hatte gerade bloß nebenbei weiter über das Studio zur Info. Wo kann ich was machen, ohne dass ihr was seht? Ja, guck mal, da ist das Dings.
Big secrets in his life. He's not sure that they were the cause of his eventual downfall, but he's asked me to uncover what those secrets were all the same.
But surely you're not planning to go through with this, no matter the cost.
If you think that, you'd be overestimating me. I'm a businesswoman, not a mercenary. But I do have my own professional reasons for taking this job. You think I'd turn down the opportunity to get a first-hand glimpse into Conrian history? No chance.
Well, as long as you don't let morbid
Was
curiosity
für eine
get in the
Fleischtheke.
way of safety concerns, we're
Das ist
good.
nicht eine Fleischtheke.
We'll do whatever we can to help you.
You're such a killjoy.
Spielverderberin. Ah, Killjoy. Ah, jetzt habe ich wieder was gelernt. Das ist die Geschäftsgeheimnis preiszugeben, aber jetzt gerade das richtige Wort, um nachzuhaken. Ich Schicksal, sie eine Sachkiste auf den Tisch könntet, wenn ihre Methoden Informationen beschaffen zu tun haben.
Alright, I'm good to go.
All set over here too.
Ich bin bereit.
Time on, you'll be extra careful.
Ich verspreche es.
All right. Let your whole body relax. We're about to begin. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Come with me in the paradise. Sorry.
Could this be his office? Pretty standard setup. Bookshelves, paperwork, files. According to Dainsliff, Rarier used to be an intelligence operative. Chances are there's plenty of top secret intel stashed away in this room.
Ein bisschen Stau ist schon damals gewesen dort.
Can't say I'm not looking forward to this.
Haben wir hier?
A file tucked. But at this stage. Bookshelves full of documents. Looks like these are all files, packed with the personal details of individual Conrians. The Crimson Moon dynasty preceded the eclipse. Since Rarier worked as a secret agent during the latter, it stands to reason that he was tasked with purging remnants of the old dynasty. Yep, lines up exactly with what Dainsliff told me.
Warte, ich will das nochmal nicht anrühren.
A file tucked inside a folder. The title reads, Dear Breakfast Shop Owner. It's a list of names. But at this stage, I have no idea who any of them even are.
Die Musik auch wieder, ja.
Wonder what kind of encryption technique this is. Seems like it has to be inserted into that camouflage device nearby. Aha. It's an audio recording.
Please, hear me out. I can't shake the
Audioaufnahmen zu der Zeit von Kenway? Okay, das ist so eine...
No, I'm not being paranoid. It's true. I saw someone dressed in all black.
Alles Mögliche in Tevard, Alter. Sollte man sich hier wieder nicht fragen, ne?
I know what I saw.
There's a note in the margin. Surveillance of the run for their residence has concluded. We apprehended the target and filed the mission report last night. Could the voice in the recording belong to one of Rarier's targets?
Da ist doch was. Dann gucken wir die Story an. Die Story-Quest-Marke an.
A box containing a ring inlaid with a precious gem. Must be for his girlfriend. He looks even gloomier than last time. I wonder what's changed.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual. Male, 51. Occupation, cook. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized. This one should be archived under purged targets. Female, 23. Occupation, office clerk. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has maintained frequent contact with other descendants over the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized. Another one for purged targets. Sounds like she was that other man's daughter. Never mind. What's it got to do with me? Male, 40. Occupation, teacher. Confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a threat to the dynasty. Neutralized on... Just another nobody for the archive. Come to think of it, I remember surveilling this man. A case like his never would have been considered a priority in the past. Huh. He barely even interacted with other Crimson Moon descendants. Female, 16. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant. Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses a
Das
threat
ist
to the
fast
dynasty.
immer das Gleiche, nur der Beruf und der Alter und das Geschlecht ist komplett anders.
Neutralized on...
What the heck? Das ist so... Es gibt mir gerade so richtige...
I have no recollection of this girl. None whatsoever.
Also es hat mir totale Vibes, wie Leute, wie so Regime vorgehen. Dass Leute, die Gefahren für die Regierung darstellen, neutralisiert sind, obwohl sie wahrscheinlich vielleicht keine sind. Oder irgendwie so. Es gibt mir irgendwie das Gefühl. Gerade. Vor allem, weil seine Kommentare auch langsam sehr seltsam wirken. In seinen Gedanken.
Has been observed making contact with other descendants during the past year. Poses neutralized on... Filed.
Ja, er zweifelt langsam daran.
Male, 11. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed...
Weil es sind ja auch Waisenkinder. Das ist heftig.
Making any contact with other descendants during the past year. Neutralized on...
Ja, man merkt, dass es ihm immer...
Male, 6. Occupation, none. Orphan and confirmed Crimson Moon descendant.
It's funny, isn't it? Your job is becoming both harder and easier at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Sooner or later, the Crimson Moon descendants will be completely wiped out. But as their numbers dwindle, they become harder and harder to track down.
That's not how it is.
Fortunately, however, most of the able-bodied adults have already been taken care of. The remaining weaklings will be increasingly easy to deal with.
No! No. My job is to ensure the survival of the Eclipse Dynasty. And the only way to do that is by eliminating any and all potential threats. It's a perfectly... Every single one of my colleagues can attest to my fairness. And if my friends were aware of the facts, I know they'd back me up too. Assuming, of course, that they were aware of all the facts.
Das hat wirklich so Vibes von Regimegegnern erledigen. Das ist crazy. Hallo? Wie komme ich hier raus? Ich soll nach jemanden suchen? Ah.
Mr. Vedafelnir, it's been quite some time since we last met.
Rerir, I trust you're here because you have something important to discuss.
Forgive me. I wasn't tuning out, it's just, I noticed you didn't even phrase that as a question. As if you knew I was coming. Tell me, does someone in your position ever feel the need to ask questions at all?
It is indeed within my power to foresee certain things. Things like your arrival.
I was just thinking. It won't be long before I'll be inviting both you and Dane to my wedding.
That isn't a lie, but nor is it a fact as such. It's a wish, isn't it?
No fooling a prophet, is there?
Ever since that day we met for drinks, I knew it was only a matter of time before you came looking for me.
Does it feel good? Knowing how the future will unfold.
I'm afraid the notions of good and bad fail to capture the complexity of what such a power entails. Once you've seen what will come to pass, it can be all too easy to succumb to fear and melancholy. Unless, of course, you learn to abandon these feelings. You fear my silence, and long to hear the words I left unspoken that day.
That's right.
You must have noticed my reluctance to broach the subject, and the reason is simple. Because the truth could never have lived up to your hopes. For both our sakes, such words are better left unsaid. The burden of prophecy was never meant for your shoulders.
So who exactly do you deem worthy to hear your prophecies? None but our exalted king?
Or rather, our king as he once was.
You're closer to his majesty than I am. You must know better than anyone how much he's changed.
You say that as though it is to my benefit. Yet precisely because of that, I dare
Redet
not
gerade
speak
mit
rashly.
Luft?
A king can turn out to be the most virtuous of rulers, or a tyrant more terrible than the most vicious of dragons.
You are so wise and far-sighted, yet still you would have me live in fear of the unknown?
You make a fair point. Especially given my silence alone was all it took to send you spiraling downwards. Very well then. Let me offer you some advice. And I say this not as a prophet or a visionary, but simply as the brother of your friend. For many reasons, there is very little chance of your marriage ending in happiness. If happiness is what you seek, you should find another fiancé.
Bitte was? Okay. Ist es eine Foreshadowing, was passieren wird?
Same black fog again. Could this memory belong to Thelindis? Guess I'd better tread carefully.
Oh, ich ahne Übles.
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because I want you to kill him. You are the only person he would never suspect.
No, absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a despicable thing.
Ich hatte jetzt so eine Grinsensdudes, ne?
To the last. Do not forget that the blood of the Crimson Moon flows in your veins too.
The blood of the Crimson Moon? What does that matter now? The dynasty has long been dead and gone. You think that alone is reason enough for me to throw away everything I have?
Why wouldn't it be? You two were once a child of the Crimson Moon, just like me. Don't tell me you've never felt so much as a flicker of fury for the way we were trampled into the dust.
As long as you promise to abandon this pipe dream of restoring your dynasty, I can try to persuade him. Or have him persuade the Vinster King.
Persuade the Vinster King?
Why he's so obsessed with hunting us down? Why he keeps trying to force us to hand over our secrets over and over again? Or why we refuse to give up on restoring the dynasty? The Vinster King. A blind fool. His eyes clouded by powers from beyond this world. A petty little man with a miser's heart. And he dares to sit upon the throne? Mark my words. Sooner or later, Conria will fall. And it will be his doing. If you can't bring yourself to do it, so be it. Just you watch. It won't be long before calamity descends upon us all.
The Rehir of Solnari. That really is quite a secret you've been keeping from me, Rerir. But who am I to talk? Am I really any better? I've kept my own past a secret this whole time, too. Love should be built on honesty. But ours was born from lies. And yet, is it really so wrong to hide things that would only make life harder? If we don't cover up the parts that no one else should see, how can we go on pretending to be normal? Vedifulnir must have known all this. And that's why he made his prophecy. In the end, nothing stays hidden forever. But I won't just sit by and watch this disaster unfold. I'll do everything in my power to protect what I cannot afford to lose, no matter who I have to face.
Junge. Was da wo rauskommt.
Was that Rerir who just walked past the window? Doesn't it give you the chills that he still takes the same road to work every day? As if nothing ever happened.
Those people at the deli.
Enough already. They're clearly pretty taken by their own disguises, so just smile and play along. Pull the rug from under beasts like that, and you'll risk having your throat torn out.
Deli? Oh. They're talking about people from the opposition. Right. I'd almost forgotten they used to run a deli. People of no consequence always vanish so easily. And no one even remembers them.
But surely you can see he's not the man he pretends to be. So many have died already, and they say that the king's madness grows with each passing day. We're not going to survive this, are we? But why does it have to be this way? Do we really deserve to die just because of the blood that runs through our veins? Galindis, are you even listening?
Sorry, Freether. My mind was off wandering. I heard you, though. You're talking about what Rerir said. He's just following the king's orders. He's a secret agent, and it's his job to hunt down rebels and dissidents.
By the time you first met him, he'd already taken lives. Maybe he was using you from the very beginning.
No. Rerir has no idea I have anything to do with the Crimson Moon. My family are only distant relatives of the main lineage, and besides, my eyes are perfectly ordinary. Truth be told, apart from my teacher, pretty much no one knows I have any connection to any of it. It's been a long time since my family severed ties.
But as Orlog said, who could possibly talk sense into that raving lunatic of a king? No one.
I'll work something out. Trust me, I'm with you all. But for now, you need to keep yourselves hidden. Don't let anyone find you, anyone at all.
Wieso sehe ich kommen, dass
is an Eclipse operative.
Ich kann den Namen nicht aussprechen, sie töten muss. Zwang von dem König und dadurch in den Chaos gestürzt ist. Keine Ahnung, gib mir das Gefühl.
But after all this time together, surely he wouldn't lay a hand on you.
Ist er dadurch durch Philipp Hyperken-Onkel.
Nor can I give you a clear answer to that question. But I'll
Und zu dem Mann, wer will oder den Abgrundtyp wird, weil er seine Liebste töten sollte, aber er ausgeflippt ist. Irgendwie so.
You call that change?
Und High Moon Phoenix.
What about you?
I've got a job, and there's still money coming in. But you can't go anywhere right now. Please think about yourself for once.
Ist schon crazy irgendwie. Ah, Tür geht auf.
Another day, another round of assassination training. Training ground is just beyond this hidden passageway.
When you kill a person, doesn't it bother you when you end up covered in their blood?
Why would it? Aren't we all just walking blood bags?
But not everyone is accustomed to hunting down others like prey. You've been a hunter for so long now, you seem to have forgotten that most people don't just go around killing one another.
Leave me alone. Make sure you have a firm grip on the handle. And choose your angle well. Keep your movements light and brisk. Everyone sense a thing.
I felt that. I'll bet no one's ever died a quiet death in your hands.
I work clean. No traces.
No more lies.
That doesn't make it open for blood, though. The king just happens to need you right now. Someday he doesn't.
That won't happen.
The king, ever since you fell under the spell of that power, in the beginning, he only had you take out a handful of the guilty.
Hi, Happy.
The ones I've dealt with have always been guilty. And I've carried out my work flawlessly.
Die Musik macht die Geschichte auch nicht besser, ne?
Delindis, do you still remember Orlog?
Orlog.
The boy who was pretending to sell flowers. You spoke for quite a while, didn't you?
Yes, we did. What about him?
He was arrested 2 days ago. Chances are he's already dead.
Das ist traurig.
I just don't get it. After everything he's done, why do you still stand by him? Or does it mean nothing to you that people keep dying?
No, that's not... Just hear me out.
I need to go now, Thelindis. They're looking for us. You take care too. If you ever need a place to hide, come find us.
Ja, was willst du machen? Es gibt ja so viele Flashbacks in die...
Author Thelindis.
Hm?
Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 47 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. All subjects of observation that were sent inside have now... The situation within is proving more problematic than anticipated. No progress whatsoever. What now? Won't you give me even a glimmer of hope? Things are getting worse by the day. I have to find a way or we'll all be in danger. But
Meint sie mit alle, die Catherine, Crave, leben oder alle, die vom
Sooner or later, it'll be
Crimson
my neck
Moon
on the line.
stammen? Ihr geht's auch nicht so gut.
Could he really bring himself to kill me? No. Surely he wouldn't have the heart.
Ach du.
Why won't you just let us go? We don't even know each other. All we want is to live ordinary, peaceful lives.
You want to live?
Yes. I just want to go on living. Is that really such an unforgivable crime?
You want to go on living. I want to keep living too. To keep living forever. That's why I have no choice but to continue on the path I'm on. If only some savior would suddenly swoop down.
Kann es sein, dass er vielleicht gerade aktuell bricht? Sein Charakter bricht?
Imagine that. If there really were such a person, you and I wouldn't be standing here like this, would we?
Es wirkt so, als ob der Charakter langsam bricht. Also er hat daran Zweifel, ob er das Richtige tut, aber trotzdem weiter das machen. Irgendwie ist es so kompliziert. Und ich glaube, dass mit seiner Beziehung, seiner Freundin, der Verlobten, ihm den Rest geben wird.
Today's files are in. Time to wade through them just like usual. No, I don't get tired of it. It's my job. And not only am I lucky to have it, I'm good at it too. Huh. Wait.
Sie ist es jetzt, oder?
That's... Thalindis? No. No!
Ja, er zerbricht jetzt.
Why? But you bear no mark of the Crimson Moon. How could you possibly have anything to do with them? It cannot be. A diluted bloodline. Carefully concealed. I see it now. You've been living in the shadows just like me. What a fool I've been. Numbing myself with talk of justice. Even imagining my friends would back me up. But in the end, Irminsul. Finster King! How far are you going to take this? From the direct bloodline to secondary offshoots? And then what? Today it's the descendants of the Crimson Moon. Who will it be tomorrow? Will you not rest until everyone down here is dead? No. This cannot go on. This
Er
is where it
zweifelt jetzt
ends.
komplett. Holy shit. Er zweifelt komplett am allen.
You're really letting me go?
I am. As long as you can guarantee that no one will find you.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. No one will know I was here. But what about you?
Me?
If you let me go, you won't be able to complete your mission, will you?
Good point. In that case, maybe you should stay.
No, please! I just want to see the outside world again. To...
Go on living?
Yes. I know you're a man of your word. So please, just let me go.
If I let you leave,
What will become of me? Just kidding. Go, now. But remember, don't let anyone know you were caught. We'll be seeing each other again very soon if you do.
Oha.
Even shadows in the dark must live by a code. But you can't save everyone.
You've been whispering in my ear for days now, Vedifalnir. What are you trying to do? Break me down?
I only say this because you long for an answer to your problems. Let her go, Revere, and you risk losing everything.
I will not abandon Thalindis.
Then you'll need a little more vigilance and a lot more power. The world is changing, Revere. Keep your eyes peeled for your moment of opportunity.
That voice used to be so unclear. But now I know exactly whose it is. It's Vedifalnir.
Oha.
He won't tell me how to actually resolve any of this, but he keeps trying to manipulate me like a puppet. What's his game here? Tell me then. What will this moment of opportunity look like? And no answer. He's like a ghost. Always disturbing me when I'm on edge, but never answering when I need him most.
So, the Eclipse Dynasty was purging, well, massacring the descendants of the Crimson Moon. And it seems like it was all connected to the Vinster King's research.
Die Forschung
King's
des Königs,
obsession
okay.
with abyssal power left the future of Conria hanging in the balance. No wonder every aspect of Rarir's life was so unstable. And it looks like this Thalindis, Rarir's would-be fiancée, herself belonged to a sub-branch of the Crimson Moon Dynasty's descendants. It almost defies belief that a couple like them could hide the truth from each other for so long. If the Vinster King hadn't intervened in such a drastic way, they might have gone on deceiving each other for the rest of their lives. And why does Vedifalnir, Dainsleif's older brother, keep talking in Rarir's head? This guy kept more secrets than I ever imagined.
Mhm. Vielleicht müsst du in Dainsleifs Kopf mal reingehen. Was?
When you follow the flow of someone's memories, you only ever see the parts they're willing to let surface. Time for something a bit more creative. We've been inside Rarir's mind this whole time, building up a picture of his psyche. There's already enough clues on the board to start reading between the lines and mapping out the rest. Now, we can finally begin to put the pieces together. Sure, it'll only be a reconstruction, part simulation, part reasoning, but it's usually pretty accurate. Once we've built up a cognitive profile, we just need to cross-check the logic behind his actions. And then we'll be able to take a sneak peek at whatever it is that Rarir has really been hiding.
Gehen wir jetzt wieder zurück ins Hier und Jetzt?
Rarir, are you there?
Wenn du die Spielfigur bewegt, wird die Bewegungswerte verbraucht. Dieses Bewegungswerte Speicherpunkt. Wenn der Spielfigur auf einem Feld mit der Markierung bekommt, erhältst du entsprechende Bewegungsfeld bis in ein Speicherstunden. Fuck. Ernsthaft? Die Steuerung ist doch 10 von 10. Verwirrend.
Hey, Rarir! Come out, it's urgent.
Dane? What's wrong?
Quick, come with me. I'll explain everything once we've met up with the others.
Okay. I'll come. But the Lindis is still over at the Universitas. I'll need to leave her a note.
All right then, but make it quick.
I've never seen Dane so worked up before. Whatever this is,
Must be big trouble.
Mhm. Das ist so... Ich weiß, ich werde diese... Die Steuerung ist scheiße. Na, guck mal. Wir hätten die da mitnehmen sollen, die Fünfer. Alter, was ist das? Ich finde diese Steuerung so scheiße. Okay, ein...
Well, this is a nice change, meeting you all at this hour. When men and women of ambition can speak face to face in broad daylight, I say that's a big step forward for our dear Conria.
Don't be ridiculous. We do not fear the day.
Schwert und ein
Why
Einhorn.
would we seek refuge in the night?
You might ask your blade that same question. I'm told it prefers the cover of darkness. The word on the street is that Sertologi only strikes when he has an unfair advantage. But that is patently false. I see you're missing an arm and a leg. Surely only a fair fight could explain that.
If this is your way of offering me replacement limbs, believe me, I'll take them.
Oh, we can certainly discuss that. With bioalchemy, anything is possible. Assuming I have your full support in my research.
Lunatic. Roptatir, what brings you here?
Why, Dainsliff, of course. He invited me. Please, cast aside your apprehensions, Miss Rhindaughter. Whatever the rumors may say, I am but a humble servant of the king, and I can assure you he affords me no greater convenience than he does you.
Well, the Universitas Magistrorum won't stop fawning over you. So at least some of the rumors must be true. You're clearly doing well for yourself, so drop the humble servant act. It endears you to no one. You're president of the Universitas Magistrorum, the chief royal mage known as the Wise by royal appointment, and by far the most favored among the 4 pillars of Conria. Vice President Veet doesn't even try to hide his envy when he sees you.
My success is the product of hard work and good luck. It's as simple as that. Were the king not such an extremist, I hardly think I would have received a senior post at my age. Of course, no job is without its gripes. Serving a king like ours can be a challenging task, as I'm sure you can imagine. And as for Efterveet, in missing out on the presidency, he's dodged a mountain of stress. Like everything else in life, it comes with pros and cons.
You're all here. I apologize for the short notice, but it was an emergency.
You must be Rarir.
Mr. Sertologi. Yes, I handled your case file during your sentencing. Nothing personal, of course. I'm pleasantly surprised that you remember me.
You're clearly a person of substance if you've been invited here. But Dainsliff, you'd better have a very good reason for convening this little gathering.
It's my brother, Vedafinir. After he spoke at the court this morning, the king was so infuriated by his words that he had him blinded in both eyes and thrown in prison.
Vedafinir in prison? Strange. I thought the king trusted him and Heroptatir more than anyone else in the world. Does this mean the king's circle of trust just got even smaller?
It has nothing to do with trust. It's about what the king wants, which is as clear as day to anyone paying attention. I simply appease him, because it's in the best interests of the Universitas Magistrorum.
And also because you're slimy. Vedafilnir, perhaps less so. But still, a visionless visionary? It rather inclines me to think that qualifications are not what get you ahead in Conria.
Do you honestly think this is an important discussion to be having right now?
Dane, what are you planning to do?
Rescue Vedafilnir, I assume.
Correct. It will mean storming the palace by force. Tonight. I need all of you on my side.
That's far too dangerous. And don't forget, Dainsleif, you're captain of the Royal Guard. You swore an oath to the throne.
You've been planning this for a while, haven't you?
I have no desire to commit treason. But whatever critiques the king may have of Vedafilnir, disfiguring your most loyal subject for putting the best interests of his court and nation first, this is not the conduct of a wise ruler. My blade will force the king to see the error of his ways.
So, Vedafilnir's prophecy enraged the king. I'm sure it wasn't what he wanted to hear, but if he won't take counsel even from the visionary, that is deeply troubling news.
Ein König, der nicht hören will, was vorhergesagt wird. Oder irgendjemand sagt, kommt mir irgendwie bekannt vor.
But I'm afraid they don't do much for a guy like me. I'm not interested in saving the world. All I want is a letter of pardon.
A letter of pardon?
Dass er nur das hören will, was er hören möchte. Was auch gerne viele andere Menschen in einer gewissen Position gerne würden. Creator zum Beispiel, Content Creator, der Influencer, dass sie das hören wollen, was sie möchten, aber überhören, was sie vielleicht problematisch sein könnte oder so. Ne?
Black fog over the board must have some connection to Thalindis. But why is it taking this form? Does it have something to do with Revir's past? Another mystery I'll need to unravel.
Durch Verbrauchen des Markierungen im Bewegungsfeld hast du gegnerische Spielfiguren besiegt. Mit der Spielfigur angreifen kannst, musst du die Bewegungsfeld deiner Spieler größer sein als die zu bewegenden Gegner verbrauchen. Verdammte Kacke. Schon wieder. Nee, das klappt nicht. Da müssen wir zu 50. Alles zu 5, meine ich.
Author Thalindis. Over the course of this week, the research object was subjected to interference for a total of 60 hours for experimental purposes. The results are as follows. Research dating back to the Crimson Moon Dynasty has established 2 points regarding Moon Marrow. Firstly, its origins have something to do with a god's power. Secondly, it serves as a portal to an as-yet indeterminate location.
Okay.
Moon Marrow can thus be defined as a spatial gateway. However, there are a number of hurdles to overcome before we can answer the question of where it leads to. To start with, opening the gateway requires a specific power source, which the relevant literature indicates. An enormous amount of power is then required to keep the gate open. Currently, the total power output of our instruments remains in the single digits.
Mhm.
To make matters worse, I am now the only staff member remaining in the Moon Marrow lab. The Universitas Magistrorum recently decided to move most of its personnel into abyssal energy research, which has stymied all Crimson Moon-related projects. This is not a wise move. I have always maintained that placing all our hopes in a single source of power is risky, especially one as poorly understood as this, as well as making ourselves overly reliant on a single resource. We are neglecting other promising technologies. I apologize if this comes across as disrespectful. But as a Moon Marrow researcher, I desperately want to see the world beyond the gateway. If we really made it there one day, what would we find? And how would we go about taming the unknown? My imagination is endlessly fueled by questions such as these.
Mhm. Mhm.
This is for you. I heard you're gonna leave the city with your parents.
The Lindis, did you hear about what happened?
I've heard nothing. Rerir got back very late last Friday, and he was acting a little unusual, but he slept pretty well, so I'm guessing whatever he did was a good deed.
Mhm.
You never saw him, and I don't know what he did. And this conversation never happened. You understand?
What if he finds out that you pried into his secrets?
Don't be silly. I don't know what secrets he does or doesn't have. All I know is he's just a normal guy who happens to run some errands for the king.
Are you scared of him?
I don't know. The Rerir I know doesn't match the person you all describe. Logically, I should be scared of him. And yet, I don't want to lose him. But enough about that. You should get going, and be careful with the package I gave you. Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
What's in it?
A piece of the moon. All you need to know is that as long as you keep it safe, then in the future, everyone will be able to see a red moon.
A red moon? You mean our moon?
That's right. Our moon. Promise me you'll look after it.
I promise, the Lindis.
The Crimson Moon bloodline will never die out. Its light, the color of blood, will become like a fire that flows in our veins, no matter how long it takes.
Oha. Das wird aber interessanter. Und jetzt? Ich habe den falschen Schritt gemacht. Ich hätte so machen müssen.
Hurry, everyone, and stick to the plan.
Sir Dainsleif, what are you? Is this treason? You know what happens to those who betray the throne. Please, don't do this!
It is the king himself who has betrayed the throne. He has betrayed all of Conria.
If you have any love left for justice in your heart, you should join me.
It's showtime. Dane and his group will handle the troops in the palace. Then Hraptatyr and Rhindaughter will disarm the security measures. My job is to enter the prison and rescue Vedifalnir. Stay safe. Wish me luck.
Look after my brother. Draw your blade. It is time for justice to prevail.
Keine Ahnung, ich habe das Gefühl, dieses Spiel, oder was wir hier gerade machen, ist wie wir versuchen, die Story lang zu strecken. So wirkt es gerade ein bisschen auf mich, Chat.
This place is filthy. And the smell is abominable. Clearly, the king doesn't allow his prisoners a single shred of dignity. This is dire. Found you. Hello, Mr. Vedifalnir.
It's you.
Surprised? Oh, wait. I guess surprise isn't an emotion that prophets feel very often.
I certainly felt some surprise in the moment when I was blinded.
Stange.
Surprise at the king's sheer ignorance. Surprise at just how unfairly this world responds to words of earnest remonstration.
I'm curious. What did you prophesize this time?
It wasn't a prophecy. It was a word of warning. Someone had to say it. The king has forsaken all reason in pursuit of his obsessions. I simply told him that if he continues on this path, Conria will surely fall.
But he didn't listen. Worse still, he stabbed you in both eyes and locked you away. Dane asked for my help. The court is in complete chaos now, but I'm sure you predicted that.
Everything is transpiring as I foresaw, yet I am powerless to change it. Fate is an immutable force. I can but lament as the inevitable unfolds. I do wonder whether giving a man the power to see the future does nothing more for him than slowly crush his spirit.
Forgive my curtness, Vedifalnir, but the king did not suddenly turn on you today. His suspicions have been brewing for a long time. You can't have wisdom beyond the reach of your fellow man without attracting his fear and suspicion. There are things the king does not want to see. So, he doesn't want you having visions of them either. He blinded you because he thought this would make the visions stop.
He wasn't entirely wrong. I did indeed lose my power to see the future. Right up until...
Until what?
Just now. I believe I saw something new.
Well, tonight could go a lot of different ways. 5 of us banded together to storm the palace, also we could rescue you. This will go down as the most tumultuous day in Conrian history.
I sense hatred in you, but also hope. A desperate hope that with the tyrant deposed, that will be the end of the story. But this is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter in a whole new story. There are many men of honor and courage in this world, Rerir. But you are not one of them. You're not here for justice, are you? You're here for yourself. Is that a dagger? Interesting. Why not the polearm? It was always your weapon of choice.
With your abilities, I don't doubt that you were able to recover some of your sight. But I also doubt that you want to make an enemy of me right now.
Of course not. We're on the same side, aren't we?
We could be. But I need you to be honest with me, Vedafilnir. At this point, you're my only hope for the future.
You mean your
Man kann die Zukunft immer ändern, wenn man nur mutig und bereit dazu ist.
And I know there are bigger things at stake here. A dynasty, a nation, maybe the entire world. But forgive me, I care first and foremost about myself. I can't abandon the one I love to save myself. I just can't do it. But you see a broader picture of the future.
Und manche haben Angst, sie zu verändern, weil sie Angst haben, dass es nicht immer alles, dass sie alles verlieren, obwohl es meistens so ist, dass es vielleicht sogar besser wird.
What will be and what will not. Maybe you are willing to pay a certain price in the pursuit of happiness, but unfortunately, fate does not negotiate. That is the cruelest thing about fate. It is unmoved by your sacrifices.
That can't be true. I know it's your voice that I keep hearing in my head, urging me to see how the world is changing, to seek more power, so I can protect the things I love. You show me disaster, but you won't show me how to avoid it? Why? Why are you doing all this?
My voice. In your head. So, you hear it too. The voice that steals your mind, gains your trust, and drives you crazy. It turns out that we are not so different, you and I.
Vedafilnir just broke into the strangest smile I've ever seen in my life, as if he'd discovered some monumental secret. But then he suddenly switched to looking extremely weary.
Very well then. My advice to you is as follows. You must persevere. Whatever trials and tribulations you may face, be steadfast in the belief that they are your path to the future. For as long as you live, your story with Thelindis shall not come to an end. That is the only chance you have of fighting back against fate. It is up to you whether you believe my words. Regardless, that is all I will say on the matter. I have no right to intervene any further.
I will hold you to your word.
Thank you for setting me free. In return, I will tell you one more thing that you cannot afford to ignore.
Just then, a strange wave of energy rippled through the city. We had no idea what it could mean.
If I were you, I would head to the Universitas Magistrorum.
The Universitas? Oh no!
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon, Rerir.
Whatever Vedafilnir said, I didn't catch it. I didn't even help him out of the prison. There was no time to lose.
Okay. Jetzt geht's richtig ab, oder was?
Monsters? Is this my daughter's doing? For the Universitas Magistrorum. On my way!
Kann hier mal die Mondgeschichte aktiviert sein? Hallo, die Mondkolorlisten. Da.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
The Universitas. That reminds me of a rumor I once heard. Allegedly, the king installed secret mechanisms in the palace and around the city. No one knows where they are or what kind of power they hold. But if they were ever going to activate, it would probably be on a night like tonight.
Help! Help! Hold on! Don't let them anywhere near you!
Save me! I can't! Ah!
That sounded like an explosion. So, the rumor is true? The king really went through with it. What other means does the king have at his disposal? They must run on power from the Abyss. And given it's a major center of Abyss research, anyone over at the Universitas will be in grave danger. I have to hurry.
Oha, es dreht alles durch.
Surge. Emerge.
Can't hide the truth.
Bring it.
The mystery unravels. It all adds up.
Let the mountain flames boil. Right now, right here. Emerge. A moonlit night for all. Flame.
Can't hide the truth. It all adds up. Seek within.
Da.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Right here.
No more lies. Can't hide the truth.
A new moon rises.
No more lies.
Ah! Hilfe, ich hänge in der Wurzel fest. Oh, guck mal, wie schön hier diese... Ah, von der Ult von Kolomina. Ich sehe euch nicht mehr, Chat. Außen sind aufs Elements gewesen.
Monsters at the Universitas Magistrorum? Why now?
Hello there. I'm the beast.
They're coming. It's no use. The table won't hold out much longer. The weapons. Where are the weapons? Of course. All the lab equipment was upgraded after the inspection last week, but the new weapons haven't been allocated yet. I'm done for. Is anyone there? I need help! Ah! Stay back! Please stay back! Please!
Hier ist der Mond, die Mondmarke.
What's that?
Red Rear! So the rumors about your work are true.
What? No! Listen, something happened at the palace tonight. We have to leave!
You don't need to lie to me anymore.
What do you mean?
I know why you're worried, and I will respect the decision you've made. But it's okay, because I found a solution. I know how to end all this. You can have it back. The normal life you so desire. But until then, I'm afraid our wedding will have to wait.
Just... No, don't do it! goodness, we...
Step forth and take your share.
You made it.
Not you too.
Hatred or grief, despair, desire.
Wait, ist Densliff der Einzige, der widerstanden ist? An den Shit? Oh mein Gott.
Rayrear. Rayrear.
Flindis?
Were you daydreaming? You still remember, Rayrear? That question you asked me a couple of weeks ago?
Oh. You mean the proposal?
Yeah. I'm wondering, where do you think would be a good place to discuss it? Maybe in the garden? Or were you thinking a fancy restaurant?
It's your choice. I will find you. And then... you can give me your answer.
Mieps.
So that's how the Raker of Zulnari was born. A monster created by circumstance is a monster all the same. Viewing other people's thoughts for too long can get uncomfortable. Right now, I'm feeling a strong sense of loathing. In a nutshell, the story of Conria is what happens when the truth falls by the wayside. Everyone tells little white lies, and before long, you have a huge pack of lies that destroys everything. Phew. Time to get back. His past is filled with sorrow, but the tale of any fallen civilization is one of endless tragedy. Cruel as it may be, that was Conria's fate.
Okay. Das war jetzt wild. Ich hab's irgendwie anders erwartet. Ich hatte von durch den Fax zu Flatschuss von dieses Sauerstoffdreckklassiker. Da Mann, der Kerl der Verprügelung noch im Sinn wäre. Stimmt. Johanna, du hast doch schon die Verschwörung, oder? Davon habe ich gehört. Ich habe eben nur 2 kleine über den Namen gehört. Das kann ich schon. Wenn nicht über euch, wird das Schildfrau was geschnappt und vom vorgeworfen. Wir haben die erwachsenen Kinder mit solchen Sprüchen erschreckt. Aber klar, ich hatte keine Angst. Nee, dann bist du diesmal wohl die Einzige, die für diesen Auftrag in Frage kommt. Hä? Na gut, auch wenn das Stück weg ist, werde ich alles genauso ansehen. In dieses Gewässer gibt es viele Schiffswracken, welche Leute aufschätzen. Vielleicht finde ich diesmal auch etwas. Vergiss nicht, die Schatzsuche in der Nebensache. Also verliere das Wichtigste nicht aus den Augen. Verstanden, Chefin. Ich gehe sofort los und komme sobald wie möglich zu. Wieso war das jetzt nicht synchronisiert?
Everyone, I'm back. Can I get a standing ovation?
Never! How are you holding up? Feeling okay?
fine. Boss is a pro.
Yes, I'm fine. You will have seen the events of Rarir's life through my thoughts. It's now clear that he is just a regular nobody, driven by personal tragedy, as he said himself.
I mostly agree.
Ich hab kurz was getrunken.
There's only so much we can know about him from his memories alone, but they did give us a clear glimpse into his life in Conria. However, I would not consider Rarir to be a nobody. He was deeply involved in the events of that era. Yet, when the catastrophe of a generation strikes, nobody is safe.
Sounds to me like you're speaking in riddles again. Is this you urging me not to abandon the people of Nodcry in their hour of need?
That's not what I meant. Although I do hope you choose to remain a part of the plan. Without you, the mission ahead will be all but impossible.
Then try to remember that I respond better to the carrot than the stick.
Entschuldigung.
And I don't appreciate being bossed around. Now, as for you, Missy, you were excellent. You stuck to the rules of the ceremony and kept your mouth shut the entire time. Bravo.
Cool. So, can you fill me in on the deets now? Most of what I saw went right over my head.
Patience. You'll hear the whole story, don't you worry. But let's meet up with the others first. It will save me narrating it twice. Yehoda?
Yes, boss. Let me get that door for ya.
That's more like it. For a moment there, I was worried you'd forgotten about the first clause of your employment contract.
Forgive my curiosity, but what does the first clause say?
It says I gotta do the annoying stuff that boss is too lazy to do for herself. Like opening the door, pouring the tea, yada yada.
Yada yada.
If something is in the contract, it's because she willingly agreed to it. Rest assured that the Curatorium abides by the very strictest of labor policies. You don't seriously think I'm cruel enough to treat her like my slave? In any case, I've hardly shied away from my share of the work today. Hope I don't catch Flints and Varka lounging about in their chairs, enjoying a leisurely cup of tea. There's nothing I dislike more than other people enjoying themselves while I'm hard at work.
Also, ich glaube nicht, dass Waka die ganze Zeit am Chillen ist. Ich glaube eher, er ist am Saufen.
Oh no.
Das, was Boomstead am meisten tut. Trinken! Alkohol! Oh, was passiert jetzt?
Sorry to disturb you, but we seem to have run into some trouble.
Evidently so. Don't worry, I'm not about to leave you to fend for yourselves. I'm not that kind of boss.
Wie sieht jetzt aus, als hätte Sumero gelandet? Na, klasse.
I'm sorry. What did you hear me say? I wasn't talking about labor policy.
Wait. How long have I been standing here?
Not long. You just appeared by the door a moment ago. Boss, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
We've been tricked. We never left at all. Somehow I hallucinated that whole scene back inside the office.
Hallucinated? But how?
How indeed. This place should heed my will alone. All thoughts and actions that occur in here are just a result of pawns moving across the chessboard in a carefully calculated manner. And nobody has access to this chess set but me.
So you control everything in here?
More or less. But yes, it's a special technique of mine.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
Only once. It was the first time I used the chess set.
Is there any similarity between what happened then and what's happening now?
I suppose my thoughts are a little turbulent, which was also the case my first time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
The first clause of your contract clearly states that I only need your help with things that I'm too lazy to do myself.
Meaning, you're not feeling lazy right now?
Meaning, this is not something Yehoda can help with. The chess set is a personal treasure that I alone understand. I must be the one to find our way out of here.
Boss, it's fine. Really. Let me do something useful.
Oh, listen to you. Whatever would I do without you, Yehoda?
What? Really?
Yes, really. Where would I ever find another employee as obedient and servile as you? God forbid anything ever happens to you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Seltsame Arbeitsbeziehung.
I was thinking of fetching some water. There's gotta be a source around here somewhere. I suggest everyone finds someplace comfortable to take a rest. We gotta conserve our energy. Even though all this chess malarkey doesn't exist in a physical sense, mentally speaking, it's all real. And so is our tiredness and fatigue. You don't want to dismiss mental fatigue. Just because it isn't physical doesn't mean it's any less serious.
Frage, wo ist eigentlich
I
Paimon?
got your backs, so don't worry about a thing.
Don't I have the best employees? Jealous much?
If we can find a suitable time, I'd love to borrow Yehoda for a day to help out at the Frost Moon Scions. Would you be amenable to that, Boss Nefer?
Oh, Lauma. Have I ever told you just how pretty you are? Beauty runs from the tips of your antlers to the depths of your imagination. Time to rally, everyone. Follow me.
I
follow our journey,
I follow you, DT, baby. I follow you.
No talking, no matter what we encounter. And don't disturb the chess pieces. You have my word that I will get us all out of here.
Hallo?
This place looks familiar. That's not a good sign. There's...
I wasn't expecting visitors at this hour. Wait, is that?
Oh, it's him.
There you are! Sinue's been looking for you all day. I think he has some news for you.
Oh yeah? What were you doing just now, Uncle Retinue? Hiding away some more loose change? I know I saw some Mora.
What do you mean loose change? Oh, come on, I'm too old for this. Just pretend you saw nothing.
Da bin ich wieder. Ich habe mir kurz was übergezogen, weil mir ich frieren war ein bisschen. Und ich habe mir einen Keks geholt.
Hey, kid. Mind telling me what Sinuhe's been up to recently? I'm trying to get in his good books and I need a way in.
Get in his good books? Why? What do you want with my dad, Uncle Apepi?
I've written a new song. I was hoping to showcase it at the next festival, but I'll need his approval.
A new song, huh? I'd love to stay and listen, but unfortunately, Uncle Retinue says my dad's looking for me.
Well, there's plenty of time and I'm not going anywhere. See that pile of stones? I'll be sitting there warming up my vocal cords. Come find me when you're done.
Pile of stones. Got it.
Nehmen wir jetzt Erinnerung von Nefer? Merkt irgendwie so, ne?
Hi, Dad. Uncle Retinue said you were looking for me.
Ah, there's my little princess. If you'd gotten back just a little sooner, you could have shared the spoils of war with me.
Spoils of war? Who were you fighting against, Dad?
It was just a figure of speech. The aftermath of a sandstorm is no time to be waging war. I was talking about our war against thirst. I went out to fix our water supply problem, and now I'm back. Which means...
We have a well again.
That's right. I found a new one and brought back as much water as I could carry. It should last us for a good while.
If it wasn't for these blasted sandstorms, our wells wouldn't be caving in. And you wouldn't be spending all your time out searching for new water sources.
As the chief of our tribe, I'm supposed to be leading us out of hardship and poverty, onto better things. You know how prosperous our ancestors were. I've told you all the stories. And look at us now. Squeezed into these hovels. No one would choose this, if it wasn't for the endless wars over the years. But things are looking up. I started working with some folks from the academia a few months back. They gave me some contacts in return for my assistance in the desert.
So you're the academia's helper now?
Special ambassador, they call it. Think of it as a partnership. It's nothing bad, okay? We've been isolated here in the desert for too long. Seeking opportunities elsewhere is the best thing for us, and the fastest way to progress.
So, do you get anything good out of being a special ambassador?
Of course. My luck's improving all the time. One day, I swear I'm gonna lead us out of this place. We'll find somewhere new. Somewhere better.
Wir erleben hier Tatsache ein bisschen die Kindheit von ja.
That's our well, and you know it. You stole from us. Well, you've gone from chief to thief, and now you have to face the consequences.
Did you really think you could take our water without permission and get away with it? You're either brave, stupid, or both.
And that special ambassador act? Yeah, nice try. We spoke to the academia. They said it was all news to them. You're a liar and a cheat.
I heard Yehuda gasp, but I don't blame her. Most people are terrified by the sight of blood. Corpses strewn across the ground. The wounds are clearly from scimitars and daggers. The desert dwellers' weapons of choice. There's a handwritten note on the ground. Let's see what it says.
Halil, this is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. Surely you remember me. I was the one who helped you and your colleagues avoid the quicksand in the desert. This is my second time writing to you. I assume my last letter must have gotten lost in the mail, as I didn't receive a reply. I hope this one makes it to you safely. I'm writing to you because I need some help. That sandstorm the other day completely blocked up our well, forcing me to look for another water source in Iab and Unut territory. It was a matter of survival. Praise the gods. The well of the Iab tribe was intact. It was my last resort. I drew what water I could and left, but not without being spotted. I fear they will retaliate.
You told me to write to you if I ever needed help. You said you'd be my ally in the academia. I urgently need you to formally recognize
Der
my title
Brief.
as special ambassador
Wird er jetzt
and send
Neffe
one of your
das
people
den
to
Brief
assist me for a
zustellen?
few days. It's the
Also,
only way I can convince
junge
him that
Neffe?
this was the academia's decision and prevent them from retaliating. This is an emergency. Please send help as soon as
Aber die Hilfe
possible.
kommt zu spät, weil alle getötet worden sind von
Looks
diesen
like this
komischen.
letter never got sent. The writer died a grisly death, and the letter was trampled into the ground. It's badly defaced. Some parts are barely legible. What a ridiculous lie the surviving Shimti tell. Their whole village was butchered over a sip of water.
Oder auch nicht. Okay. Wild. Also fast so eine ähnliche Schicksal wie das von Rio.
Welcome. Welcome to our humble village.
I thought you would at least have the courtesy to provide some respectable libations.
This is the finest wine Aru village has to offer. I promise.
The Academia has agreed to reserve a single space for a candidate from your village. But I remain skeptical of this entire endeavor. I highly doubt anyone in this desert possesses
Das scheint
serious
wohl vor
academic
Sombero zu sein, bevor der Traveler ankam. Weil die noch den Akrashan oder wie das hieß, am Ohr hat, der Dude.
Take her away from this place. Give her a chance. Don't let her talent go to waste.
I don't recognize her. New arrival?
She showed up here a few days ago and we took her in. She's a really bright kid. Please help. I'm begging you.
So, where are you from?
Okay, das ist wirklich vor allem, das ist noch mit junge Neffe.
What about the rest of your family? How many of you are there?
Just the one.
It's only you?
Correct.
So, no brothers, no sisters, no mother or father?
Any who have slept on a bed of sand, I call my brothers and my sisters. Apart from that, I have no family.
All right. Get over here. Sign your name on the form. Never? You're rather fair-skinned for a desert dweller.
Ich spiele wohl wirklich gerade in der Neffers Vergangenheit durch.
Nefer, this term's assignments have been issued already. Please read through the materials thoroughly, conduct your own additional research, and then write an essay on the topic.
Yes, Professor, I'm aware. I just had a couple more questions I wanted to get your perspective on.
Oh? Please, ask away.
Well, I saw the other students' problem sheets, and I couldn't help but notice that my assignment is much easier than theirs. Do you really think I'm a weak student?
A weak student? Goodness, no. Quite the opposite. You have a sharp mind. Almost too sharp.
I think what you're saying is...
Ob sie Tanari und Alisen und so kennt?
The discrepancy. And if they did, they certainly wouldn't complain about the lighter workload.
Aber ich habe nie in Erinnerung, dass sie irgendwie mal sie erwähnt haben oder halt Texte von ihr gibt, also Kommentare zu ihr von denen.
Because I'm different.
Muss ich vielleicht gleich nochmal gucken.
I'm sorry, Nefer. I don't like it any more than you do. It's just... Anyway, you said you had a couple of questions. What's the other one?
I wanted to check. If someone sent me a letter to the Academia, where do I go to collect it?
Ah, your family wrote to you. Well, as long as they put your name on the envelope, someone should hand it right to you.
Not exactly. It's not even a recent letter. I was just curious where the mail would end up if no one collects it.
The House of Dana, I expect. I know there's a box for unclaimed mail somewhere in there, probably sitting on a shelf. Whatever you're looking for, that'd be the place to start.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Professor.
Don't mention it. Honestly, I feel like I failed you. I'm supposed to be your teacher, but I haven't taught you anything.
Hey, don't say that. You're a great teacher, and you do your best for all your students. But the rules are the rules. You're not allowed to teach students like me. It's not just the academia either. The whole world bends over backwards for the successful and leaves the losers to suffer and die.
Oh, my dear child. Don't tell me you've given up on life already.
I haven't. I just think that if you want to make it in this world, you have to find a way to become successful.
Oh mein Gott. Achso, das ist auf der Ebene. Okay, ich habe gedacht, ich musste mit dem Fahrstuhl hochfahren.
This must be it. A big cardboard box full of unclaimed mail. And probably some letters that ended up here by mistake, too. Let's take a look. A dilapidation survey from Port Ormos. Looks like it's from a Core of 30 representative. What a strange thought. A bunch of mercs losing sleep over rundown buildings. This one was never even opened. I guess the recipient didn't care what the Core of 30 had to say about anything. Who was it addressed to? I don't recognize the name, but it must have been a Kasharawar professor. This one is addressed to the Immorta Sage. The title is Changes Observed in Satyavada Life Symptoms. Why do all these letters read like full-blown dissertations? Guided by the incense, we became lost somewhere in the forest. All the barriers between levels of consciousness disappeared as our minds soared around
Sehen Sie
in
wieder
circles,
Game-Streckung.
looking for a breath to seek refuge in. In clinical terms, these symptoms fit the description of incense poisoning. The Immorta Darshan strictly prohibits the use of hallucinogenic substances, but I believe there are still people getting away with it. For example, my neighbor who always breaks out into song and dance after using incense. This seems like something the academia would want to know about. Why wasn't it collected? Wait, what's this written on the back? The note says, the sender authored this letter while under the influence of mushrooms. I would send it back, but no return address was provided. This next one is addressed to Grand Sage Azar. A few words of protest regarding recent changes in Sumeru's educational policy. In recent years, the academia has taken on a small number of students from the desert region.
as per the policy to this effect. However, it appears to me that these students have not, in fact, been provided with educational opportunities that are, in any meaningful sense, equal to those enjoyed by their peers.
Ja, da kommt gleich der entscheidende Brief.
As well as
Ich sehe den schon.
receiving
Nimm ihn doch
dumb-down
endlich und
assignments
lies doch
and
nicht alles
perfunctory
durch.
tutoring. They do not even have full access to the Akasha system.
Kaschen, genau, so hieß dieses Ohrstöpsel-Ding.
Education is the fundamental purpose of this institution,
Akasha.
which should go without saying in a nation whose founding virtues are
Hat dieser
knowledge
Vogel
and
gerade
wisdom.
krasse Langeweile?
I
Ja, hat
ask
er.
you, is the lip service we pay to the
Mann,
policy of
das zählt sie
education
gerade wie so ein
for
Kaugummi.
truly the standard of pedagogy to which the academia aspires. As Grand Sage, policy decisions are your prerogative, but do not forget your roots.
Ich hoffe, ihr habt alle eure... Ich habe Kekse gegessen, jetzt weiß ich, wieso mir so schläfrig bin. Wir werden hier nach... Also wenn ich dieses Akt durch habe, ich werde den nächsten Akt nicht anfangen. Wenn das so lange dauert, bis Mittagsache, das ein bisschen umplanen, meine Planungen. Ist halt einfach so...
Great letter. Shame it didn't get to where it needed to go. And the sender is... Huh? Sage Cyrus of Spontamod. I didn't realize anyone else even knew how bad students like me have it in this place. So this is where letters from the Sage of Spontamod end up? Nice one, Grand Sage. Really enlightened leadership. Whatever. This isn't what I came here for. Moving. I'm not exactly holding out hope that a letter sent from the desert would even make it here. But if it did, where else would it end up if not in this box? I can't believe how much discarded mail there is. Must have been years since someone last went through it all. And this is just one box. The whole House of Dana is boxes on shelves. I don't believe for 1 second that any human being has sat down and read through all the documents in this place. Wait, could this be it?
Eine Linie, da bedarf sich jemand aber noch einen Blick auf den Weg Schiene. Ein zweites. Auf dem Schlag kommt mir sehr bekannt vor.
Greetings, Halil. My name is Sinuhe, chief of the Shimti tribe. I was the one who came to you and your colleague's aid when you ran into trouble in the Great Red Sand.
Der ist angekommen, der Brief, aber wurde nie gelesen.
Now, but I brought you to safety and gave you some water and other supplies. You seemed very pleased and told me your name. In my tribe, learning a person's true name is serious business, and I therefore see you all as friends. You were kind enough to leave your contact details, so we could stay in touch. The Shimti tribe lives a harsh, nomadic existence in the desert. You were sympathetic towards my plight, promising to make me a special ambassador of the academia and help us find a way to make a better living. This brings me to my reason for writing. Our tribe has fallen on particularly hard times, and I would like to ask for your assistance. There was a terrible sandstorm a few days ago, which blocked up the well in our land. To ensure my people's survival, I had no choice but to venture into Iyab and Unut territory in search of an alternate water source. The Iyab and Unut are descended from the Thamudians, while we trace our ancestry to Tulatala. We worship the Lord of Flowers and have had relatively good relations with our fellow tribes up until now. I found a well belonging to the Iyab tribe. They declined to help us, but I really had no other option. so I took some water to keep me and my tribe alive. My actions are certain to incur their wrath. When we met, you assured me that you would be my ally in the academia. I would like to take you up on that offer, because I really need your help. I wonder if you could send an academia representative to meet with me.
Erstmal Silo zicken mit seinen schlechten Witzen. Der wird die Situation sicherlich lösen, Kaba.
That aside, the last time you were here, you mentioned that the academia had started accepting students from the desert. And I told you a little about my daughter, Nefer. We have next to no resources here in the desert, and my power and influence are limited. Would you consider enrolling my daughter at the academia? She is a smart girl. I know she won't disappoint you.
From the outset, the academia never took you seriously. Those things they promised were just empty words. I doubt they even remember the name Sinuhe. And you were so emphatic that your luck had finally changed for the better. You swore you'd lead us to a better place one day. You spoke with such conviction, like you were the most powerful chief in the whole desert. You liar. You lied about everything. You promised the world and delivered on none of it.
Die pickt sich gerade selbst durch die Hände.
Just me, by the looks of it. Despite your best efforts. Which makes you a pathetic liar. You weren't even any good at it.
Die Stimme ist nicht wieder synchron zu der Stimme, aber das ist immer schon so gewesen. Finde ich immer so schade, wenn man sich da nicht so viel Mühe gibt. Oh ja, was war das denn jetzt?
I just came to say goodbye. Thanks for everything you've done for me in my time here.
Ach, steht nicht mehr automatisch.
You packed your bags. Where are you going?
I'm quitting. Something's come up in my hometown. Gonna head back and deal with it.
Huh? But this was a hard-won opportunity for you. You know that better than I do.
It was. But it doesn't matter. I have more important things to deal with, and they can't wait. Oh, and I didn't want to overfill my bags, so I left some incense on your desk. What's wrong? I thought you liked incense. Although, I did read somewhere in the House of Dana that it has hallucinogenic effects. Don't use it all at once, all right?
Isn't this the stuff you brought from your hometown? You're just letting me have it? But you said it's a rare and valuable commodity.
Yeah, about that. I lied. It's not rare at all. There's this bunch of ruins near my hometown that are practically overgrown with this plant. It's not worth much. Keep it. It's fine.
But never...
All right. That's all from me. You take care.
Don't forget me, okay? I mean, we're more than just classmates, right? We're friends.
Yeah, I'll remember you. I lied again. That incense is worth a fortune, and it's a rare find even in those ruins. And as for remembering her, I have far too much to do when I get back. No time to reminisce. I'll be lucky if I even make it through this alive. But either way, I expect I'll forget you pretty quickly.
Alter, was ist das hier für ein Kaugummi gerade? Das zieht sich hier gerade wie so ein Kaugummi. Für mich fühlt sich das hier gerade alles nicht so wichtig an für die Story. Das ist einfach so, ja, wie ziehe ich am besten die Story länger? So fühlt sich das gerade für mich ein bisschen an.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Arif.
So, what does the Academia want? Since they've sent their special ambassador, I assume there's a big business deal to be made. If not, I'd be very disappointed.
Please, sir, lower your blade. You're lucky I'm the one they sent. Not all special ambassadors share my admiration for the Eab people. The ever-shifting balance of power in the desert reduced the once great civilizations of this region to rubble and sand. But the story of the Eab has a very different trajectory. Others grew weak, but you grew strong, beginning in obscurity and moving to prosperity. You're the only ones who defied the trend.
Huh. So, you do know who you're dealing with?
This well is the perfect symbol of your strength, is it not? It used to belong to the Unut, but it looks like you have control over it now.
You're not wrong. But I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to flatter us.
Of course not. I came to bring you some very good news. Some information that recently came to light, which might just be your ticket to freedom. Records uncovered by the Vahumana Darshan show that a certain well currently under Eab control is built on top of some ancient ruins. These ruins are of great archaeological interest to the Academia.
Also wirklich, die Sache jetzt hier mit Innefer hätten die eigentlich nicht einbauen sollen. Also, ohne Scheiß, es ist so boring. Ich sitze hier und sterbe gerade gefühlt vor Langeweile. Ich weiß nicht, was es mit der Story um Nordcry zu tun hat, dass wir jetzt sozusagen eine Legendenquest in der fucking Story haben. Also, was sich hier gerade anfühlt, ist, boah, wir haben keinen Bock auf eine Legendenquest. Okay, dann packen wir in der Nefers Legendenquest, also Hintergrundstory, einfach mal fett in die Hauptstory. Und strecken nochmal die komplette Story nochmal massiv. Mehr passiert da nichts. Es wirkt so, als ob sie also wirklich nicht mehr erzählen oder was auch immer da Nordcry. Macht doch einfach so lang, wie Nordcry geschrieben ist, fertig. Ihr wisst ja nicht, bis 6.3 alles durchziehen, oder bis zu den 0.3er Patches alles komplette Story durchziehen. Oder versuchen zu füllen auf Krampf. Aber fühlt sich hier gerade, als ob ich auf Krampf gerade eine Legendenquest spielen muss. Das habe ich auch schon damals bei Ayaka nicht so geil gefunden, dass du erst weitermachen konntest, wenn du Ayakas Legendenquest gemacht hast. Aber es fühlt sich gerade so an. Deswegen spreche ich jetzt auch darüber, weil mir das eigentlich gerade nicht interessiert, was sie da labern. Ich will jetzt wissen, wie es weitergeht, wie wir jetzt hier den Dude schlagen, aber ja, wir müssen jetzt hier in der fast Legendenquest durchquälen. Es fühlt sich wirklich für mich an. Story steigt mit einer Legendenquest, die man eigentlich als das ist keine Archon-Quest für mich. Das ist Rumgeplinker, die man eigentlich rein theoretisch in der Legendenquest abarbeiten hätten können. Das bringt die Story nicht voran. Das verlangsamt sie noch mit purer Absicht. Und das merkt man.
Alright, I take your point. The Academia is the highest authority in the land. I'm sure you're trustworthy people. In that case,
was hat das jetzt mit Nordcry zu tun? Ernsthaft, wieso sind wir jetzt plötzlich in der Vergangenheit von der Nefer? Was hat das mit Nordcry zu tun?
Would you do us the honor of
Ich
staying a while and
verstehe
enjoying
das
some EAB hospitality?
gar nicht.
Gladly. I am partial to wine myself.
Und das gesagt hat, ja, das, diese komische Schachtel da oder was das ist, sorgt dafür, dass gerade das passiert, finde ich auch absoluter Schwachsinn. Ich verstehe nicht, wieso man das braucht. Das hätte man wirklich, wie gesagt, in der Legendenquest einbauen können. Und nicht in der Main Story.
Chief, it's an emergency! It's the Unut. They've taken the well.
What? Well, don't just stand there. Take it back.
Yes, Chief.
I have every confidence in the EAB's military superiority, and yet...
Well, what is it?
The Unut's response was alarmingly fast. The day after we reach a deal, they seize the well. This can't be a coincidence. Perhaps there is a traitor in your midst.
I don't think so.
I am obliged to remind you, Chief, that the Academia will only deal with the de facto power holders. If you cannot regain control over the well, I'm afraid you won't see a single mora of that 50 million.
No! Please, Ambassador, just give me some time. I swear the Unut will not get away with this. That well is ours, and so is the mora.
Glad to hear it. I will wait here for an update.
If there is a traitor, I will find them. In the meantime, make yourself at home. I'll report back as soon as I have an update.
Mein Arsch tut weh. Ich fange gleich an zu stehen, weil die Story so langsam ist gerade. Also, da war die... Also ohne Scheiß. Ich gehe mal kurz was anderes zu trinken holen. Es dauert mir zu lang hier. Viel Spaß.
So let me ask you, Chief. If you were the Academia, what would you do?
Kill them all, of course.
Precisely. The Academia does not tolerate those who stand in our way. The EAB have held back our academic pursuits for too long, and our patience is wearing thin. At the same time, there is simply no way that the Academia can be seen to be intervening in desert affairs. I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from.
We have our own rules out here. If the rainforest dwellers raised arms against a desert tribe, you'd start a bloody war.
Right. We can't confront them ourselves, but we can support their enemies. The Unut have always had strained relations with the EAB, which makes you our natural allies. Natural allies. Weren't the EAB your allies once? You were quick to send them after us to protect your interests back when we stole that water. And now look at you.
Oh Gott im Himmel, dauert das echt lange, ey.
Let me be clear.
Ich habe leider nichts anderes gefunden, jetzt wieder Wasser, weil alles wieder weggesoffen.
Rulers of the desert in this matter. We are asking for excavation rights to that well, and our offer is 50 million mora.
Say no more. I believe we have an understanding.
Good. Then I suggest you get to work.
Oh,
Give us access to that well, and the mora's yours. You see, Dad? Lying is easy when you know how. People will believe anything.
Alter. Es ist was runtergefallen. Ich verstehe nicht, wieso man das jetzt hier durchkauen muss. Ich verstehe das einfach nicht. Was hat das jetzt mit Nordkrei zu tun? Ich finde keine Erklärung, wieso das mit Nordkrei zu tun hat.
Look at yourselves. You may be vile, savage monsters, but your butchered bodies bleed like any others. You're no different. You're nothing special at all. The monsters who destroyed my home, they're just ordinary, petty human beings. What a joke. I think we're even now. Maybe I've even done the desert a favor. It's a better place without all these people around. Oh, Sinuhe, my gullible fool of a father. Perhaps if you'd been as ruthless as I was today, our tribespeople would still be alive. In this dog-eat-dog world, a chief needs to be tough to survive. But you couldn't do what had to be done. So I did it for you.
Nefer, it's okay. All of this is in the past now.
I believe I remember you promising to remain silent.
Yeah, but even so...
Yehoda, is there anything you can do to ease the tension?
Alright, time for a sharp turn onto a completely different topic. So, anyway, that's enough of that. When are we getting out of this place?
Wäre gut.
Feels like we've been walking.
Es wäre gut, wenn wir aber hier rauskommen, weil ich hier langsam echt einen Anfall krieg.
Yes, if we can find somewhere to sit down, I could certainly do with a rest.
It's not far now. There should be a temple just up ahead. Yes.
Really? A temple?
Wenn ihr gleich im Hintergrund einfach Dong, Dong, Dong hört von irgendetwas, das ist mein Kopf.
That's how things go in the desert.
Desert dwellers can never escape their destiny. Or so everyone says. I never wanted to believe it, but looking back now, I'm as desert as they come.
You mentioned a temple. What's waiting for us there?
My biggest trade secret of all.
Ah. Then I'm guessing it's where you got your power from. The power to peer into other people's minds.
I didn't know you were clued up on any other religions.
I'm no expert in the history of Sumeru, but since you come from the desert, I would imagine it has something to do with King Deshret.
Sounds impressive.
Oh, I know who you mean. General Mahamatra Sino. The spirit of Hermanubis dwells within him.
That's Boss Neff for ya. She knows everything.
Sino's hardly a
Ich hoffe, sie weiß auch, dass ich das gerade mich ein bisschen jetzt nervt.
What about him? Is he a big deal or something?
Well, he's not a small deal, let's put it that way. Please, this is the bare bone basics. Save the flattery. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I'm sure it's been a lot to take in. With any luck, that's our exit just up ahead.
Ah! Ich krieg die Krise. Alter, wenn es jetzt da jetzt weitergeht, Alter, ich raste aus.
I'm totally out of my depth here. I don't have anything to add about any of this stuff. Like, look at that statue, for instance. I wanted do the whole name dropping, this girl knows her stuff thing too, but I've never seen anything like it before.
A statue with the head of a bird. That's Thoth, the Ibis King, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. The legends say that he, the Crocodile King, and the Goat King were the 3 retainers of King Deshret. Let's take a look.
Katze.
It's just Ashru.
So, all is well? Typically speaking, at this point, the world disintegrates. Then we find ourselves back in the outside world. Besides, these are my memories. There's nothing to fear. You're sure? Of course. It's almost over.
Knowing too much is always a death sentence.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. Jetzt ist das Teil weg. An ihrer Brust.
How repulsive, huh?
Lass mich gerade ein Dance. Oh, Kolobina! Und Dance. Deswegen war es wichtig. Okay, jetzt verstehe ich. Jetzt verstehe ich, wieso, wieso das wichtig war, aber wenn man da jetzt mal drin steckt, wirkt es so, als ob das überhaupt nicht in die Story gebraucht.
It's okay. I'm just glad no one was hurt.
Paimon noticed you doing something too, Dainsleif. Were you helping get them out?
Of course. When I asked Nefer to conduct this investigation, I was not naive to the dangers involved. I had a duty to ensure your safety.
Good to know your sense of justice is still intact after all these years.
I take that to mean that you saw the truth. That comes as a great relief.
I certainly did. And thanks to your help, I also managed to trap Rerir inside the chess set.
Whoa, really? How'd you manage that?
Well, to be honest, I sensed that something was wrong long before we made it to the temple. By using this fragment to probe into Rerir's past, well, the monster formerly known as Rerir, it seems I alerted him. I was tracking him, then he caught on and started tracking me too.
can't say I'm surprised.
But how did he track you through your thoughts alone? That shouldn't be possible.
Rerir was a secret agent who reported directly to the Vinster King. He is an expert at finding a trail and hunting down his pursuers.
No wonder.
He infiltrated the chess set, read my thoughts, and built a new virtual chess set inside of it. That's why we weren't able to leave at first.
Speaking of your chess set, it's quite a remarkable item. Would I be right in thinking you have some connection to King Deshret?
You overestimate me. I only have a connection with one of his underlings, the Ibis King. You all saw how this came to be. A long time ago, the Eab massacred my tribe, the Shimti, in our home village. A few years later, I enrolled in the academia, where some new information came to light. The Unut and the Eab fought a bitter battle over the rights to a well, all for the sake of a non-existent 50 million mora. The Eab ultimately won that confrontation, but their victory came at the cost of almost every warrior in the tribe. The final blow to the Eab came at the victory feast, when an Unut assassin beheaded their chief right before my eyes. The remaining Eab fled and have been scattered to the winds ever since. Having gotten my revenge, I returned to my hometown, where to my surprise, the nearby temple was still standing. There it was, seemingly immune to the relentless hostility of the desert, while my tribal home lay in ruins. As I stood there gazing at the temple, I noticed a cat just outside. This cat, as it turned out, was home to the spirit of the Ibis King. He led me to a gate deep inside the temple, and there he made a deal with me. This chess set is my gift from the Ibis King. The chessboard within is made to the same specifications as the one in the mausoleum of King Deshret, and represents his power of piercing analysis. With this chessboard in its container, I gained a certain ability to perceive hidden secrets. Now, you could conclude that the Ibis King simply wanted to give the people of this world the power to seek the truth, but I don't believe that's the full story. Every god plays favorites.
Wir sind übrigens gleich mit der 6.1er Story durch. Der Pfad noch nach 6.2 und die aktuelle 6.3.
It is the same with all powerful forces, including fate itself. Their gaze falls preferentially upon a select few.
Ich habe jetzt nicht Lust, noch den fünften Akt, glaube ich, war das, anzufangen. Dazu habe ich heute keine Lust. Mein Hirn ist schon durch. Keine Ahnung. Ich weiß nicht, was mit dir los ist. Gut, vielleicht können wir noch was Kleines in Genshin Impact machen. Gotcha.
Thank you all for being here. As promised, I did some further investigating into the Raker of Solnari's background. I am pleased to report that the investigation has been most fruitful indeed. The Raker of Solnari,
Kommt im 6.4.
was once a Conrian subject who served the Vinster King. I will now share the important details of his story. Please save any questions or comments for the end.
Aber danach kommt dann die 7. Töten die aus der Geschichte und liegt das was versteckt. Wenn das dann Modus im Wasser wir nehmen ein Spielbild zerbrochenes Modell als die ständig. Jetzt hat er ein Stück des Wolfes gespuckt, bevor das Portal verschwand. Er wurde über die Jahrhunderte weitergegeben oder angeschließend auf der anderen Seite des Portals war die ganz andere Welt. Dann hatte nie Gelegenheit zu erzählen, dass vorgefunden hatte.
So that's why he's so obsessed with the moon.
A tragic tale, to be sure. But it does not excuse his many transgressions. No matter how much Rerir suffered in the past, the fact remains that he is what we know today as the Wild Hunt, wreaking havoc upon innocent lives in Nodcry. He becomes more dangerous with each passing day. If left unchecked, it is simply a matter of time before all of Tevat suffers the consequences. This is a threat that the Knights of Favonius cannot ignore.
Mach mal Fenster auf, vielleicht
Question
liegt's
for
daran,
Miss
dass ich
Columbina.
kein Fenster geöffnet habe.
Forgive me if this is presumptuous, but have you ever seen the spatial gateway that appeared in Rerir's memory?
Never. But I have heard stories of something called the Moon Gate, and this seems to fit the description.
Miss Lama, any thoughts on this?
In the lore of the Frost Moon Scions, the moon is believed to hold many secrets. Some sources speak of ancient knowledge, others of a gateway to the unknown. The term Moon Gate is one I have heard before. But as is the case with all of our legends, there are no records of any first-hand witnesses. We cannot know whether it truly exists.
Then back to Miss Columbina. As a moon goddess yourself, do you have some idea of where the Moon Gate leads to?
Not at this stage, sorry. I do hold the power of the Frost Moon, and my strength is recovering well. I can sense that the gate would open at my
Ich muss
command,
nach dem
but...
Livestream die Fenster wieder abputzen. Die sind wieder voll mit Feuchtigkeit drin.
Yes. A moon goddess has the right to open the Moon Gate, since it is a path to the moon. But as Nefer mentioned, holding open a spatial gateway takes a huge amount of power. And right now, I need to conserve my energy to fight the Reihir of Solnari. I'm afraid this is one mystery we may have to leave unsolved for now.
I agree. Better to save your strength. But if you'll humor me for a moment, I have a bold conjecture of my own regarding the world beyond the gateway. I highly suspect that neither Tholindis nor Rerir made it through unscathed. The evidence pointing to this is the fact that the Reihir of Solnari exists in the form of countless fragments. With the abyssal power he wields, no ordinary foe can touch him, let alone tear him to shreds.
Wie die Nefers Angestellte einfach die ganze Zeit mit der Katze spielt im Hintergrund. Wow.
Drawing hordes of monsters to many different locations across the land.
So your theory is that Rerir was physically torn to shreds by some powerful force? Hence, why the Wild Hunt is a distributed phenomenon, rather than a unified one?
Makes sense to me. Explains why the Wild Hunt is so pervasive, and why he's been trying to piece himself back together. He was whole to begin with, and he wants to be whole again.
Without the power of the Abyss on his side, he almost certainly would have perished the moment he was torn apart. But the Abyss, much like a curse, has kept him alive.
I could not agree more. The power of the Abyss is most surely a curse.
It is a compelling explanation, and one that accords with my present understanding of Abyss creatures. Whether the life form in question is primitive or advanced, if a curse has extended its lifespan unnaturally, it will continue to survive in spite of everything. This raises some interesting questions. I will run some experiments and see if there is any validity to my suspicions. That being said, regardless of whether my research bears fruit, I would like to thank Miss Nefer for conducting such a thorough investigation. Already, it has greatly enriched my understanding of the entity we face.
My pleasure, Mr. Albedo. I too hope that the information I have shared today proves useful as we look to formulate the next stage of our plan.
Hey! What is it, Dainsliv? You look really upset!
It's just... when I think of the man I once knew as Rerir, I struggle to understand why things had to turn out like this.
The two of you used to be friends, didn't you? I don't know if these words will bring any comfort, but my heart...
Die Fleischtheke hat wieder...
Mine too. We could never know all the hows knows and wise of the way things are. The moon and stars are full of untold secrets and lies, and the skies are host to many more mysteries than these alone. Yet,
Die Fleischtheke.
none of that can begin to compare with the complexity of human life.
Lama und die Fleischtheke.
Those are the first comforting words I've heard in a long time. Thank you both.
Rein theoretisch ist sie auch ein Hirsch und Hirsche sind auch übelst, ne?
I'm sure Nefer needs some time to
Aber.
recover. She's been through an awful lot today.
That's very thoughtful of you, Lama.
Of course.
Sounds good to me. Take some time to rest and digest before we reconvene to nail down a plan.
Bruder, ich brauche eine Therapie. Nein.
Hey, is this a bad time?
Ich fühle mich echt gerade
Might
durch.
kill the conversation. Nice room. Oh, I'm not coming in though.
Why not? It's just a hotel room.
If it's all the same, I'll just stay out here. I might not look the part, but I'm technically a knight. Barging into people's private quarters isn't the kind of thing we do. Anyway, Nefer went back to the curatorium to get some rest. But before she left, she shared some things with me that I thought you should be aware of. Firstly, although she managed to trap the Raker of Solnari inside her chess set, there's no guarantee that the power of the Ibis King is any match for one of the 5 sinners. Their powers are beyond our comprehension. It's only a matter of time before he finds a way to break out. We have to come up with a plan and take care of him before that happens.
Honestly, my mom figured that might be the case.
Ich mach mal kurz das Fenster wieder zu.
Well, I asked her that same question. She talked for a long time, but for the most part, it seemed like she was trying to convince me how precious her chess set is. What a long and storied history it has. It felt like some kind of sales pitch, you know? The kind where you end up handing over Mora against your will. Anyway, after all that, she finally answered the question. 2 days, at most.
2 days?
So, dazu gebracht.
Holy! Can we even recruit enough help in that time?
That remains to be seen. Which brings me to the second issue. Dainsleif is obviously conflicted about this whole thing. But given how little time we have, there's no way we can pull this off without his help. You have some history with him, right? Do you think maybe you could talk to him for us? Great. I appreciate it. All right, on to item 3. So, Albedo, Durin, and I put our heads together and came up with a plan. Can't promise it's gonna work yet, but at least it's a start. We figured we'd bounce the idea off you first. We'll explore it further once everyone's recovered.
Oh, Paimon's dying to hear this.
All right, so here's what we're thinking.
Mein Kopf,
I'm
ey.
a little uneasy about roping you into this. I mean, firstly, you're not locals, and secondly, none of us are your boss. You're well within your rights to refuse if you so choose.
Roping us in? Why would you even say that? We know the stakes here. It's all of us against the Rayher of Solnari, or none of us stand a chance.
I choose my words very intentionally, I'll have you know. I like to think there's an art to striking a down-to-earth tone even when the stakes are through the roof.
Sir Varka, I have a few thoughts about this plan.
I'm all ears.
I think we can be more flexible with how the roles are allocated. In my view, the most sensible lineup would be like this.
I see your point, yeah. But if that's how we're
Lumine
gonna
redet
approach
nur mit
this,
Vaka, sonst ist sie einfach nur in ihre Gedanken vertieft. Also der Traveler ist nur in Gedanken vertieft, aber mit Vaka redet der Traveler.
I just want to make sure. Are you really willing willing to take all this on?
I want to do everything within my power. The Rehir of Solnari is a truly fearsome opponent, and if I do my part, it'll greatly reduce the risk for everyone else involved.
Well, that tracks with what I've heard. Jean's mentioned in her letters that you're so diligent it's almost abnormal. As in, most people weigh up the risks and rewards in situations like this. But you seem to just march towards danger without a moment's hesitation. Of course, everyone appreciates a fearless pioneer. But all that aside, I'm the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. And you're
Knights of
honorary.
Favonius.
I want to make sure your courage doesn't come at the expense of your safety.
Thank you, Sir Varka.
I should be the one thanking you. It means a lot to have you on board. I'll give some serious thought to your suggestions.
Haben wir endlich... So fühle ich mich gerade. Leck mich am Arsch, ey. Wieso... Alter, wie lange ist die Geschichte, bitte?
This is a thorough plan, but I do have one last question before we take action. How can we be sure that our enemies won't leave the designated area?
Ich komme euch nicht mehr klar.
Albedo's been hard at work analyzing Rarer and the Wild Hunt's behavioral patterns. His conclusions are as follows. Firstly, from the earliest known confrontation until now, Rarer has never displayed any ability to manipulate the dimension of space. So it's unlikely he has any power in that domain. Secondly, he seems to have a particularly strong vendetta against our group. If we put him in a fight-or-flight situation, he'll choose to fight every time. Thirdly, finally, and most importantly, he is consumed by hatred, both for the moon and for his enemies. Turns out, we tick both of those boxes. We have a reincarnated moon in our ranks, and a spy who accessed his private memories without permission. He'll be baying for blood, not looking to escape.
As someone who's had their fair share of interactions with the Wild Hunt, those all seem like valid observations to me.
Understood. Then I will defer to the verdict of the group.
Well, everyone, that's the plan in full detail. Albedo and Durin are carrying out their part as we speak.
Plan approved. Scheduling.
Okay, any firepower you need, I got you covered. Let's light this baby up.
The Frost Moon Scions are behind you as well.
And the rest of you? No objections? All right, then it's settled. This is the plan we're going with. Next up, an old tradition of mine. Anyone who wants to back out, now's your chance.
Wait, we can still back out of this?
Everyone says things they regret, right? I don't want anyone feeling trapped because their mouth said yes before their brain had time to think things through.
A very people-first approach. I hear that's common practice in the Knights of Favonius.
Who'd you hear it from? D-Luke?
We don't use people's real names at work. This contact will be known only as Owl, please and thank you.
This plan can only work if everyone does their part. Flint's and I will absolutely support it.
We shall indeed. You'll be glad you accepted our help. Also, you are the last person I expected to see here, Miss Dory.
It's not often I get called Dory in a work context. My peers usually call me Lord Sangamabe. So, the longer your name, the higher your net worth. Is that the idea here? In that case, Mr. Flint's here must be worth a fortune. That's right, I know your full name. It's...
The walls are thin here. I'd appreciate you keeping that a secret.
Okay, fine. I'm actually only here as a favor for someone
Kann
else.
sein, dass ich gleich erstmal fett wieder niesen muss.
How much it would cost to hire me otherwise?
Oh, does this mean someone out there actually has the power to boss Dory around?
It most certainly does not. We have a long-standing and mutually beneficial business partnership. She's actually the mom of a friend of yours. Said mom supplied me with a great little trinket, but now that lady's ruined everything. If I don't start building a little goodwill now, my whole business in Notcry is gonna go down the drain!
Okay. So what exactly is so special about this pendant?
It's a lucky charm that a great mage made for me. We have a business relationship, and she was worried that something bad might happen to me. So, she wanted me to have something that can store power to protect myself with. I finally got it all fully charged up with Kuvaki, and then never went and used it all up at once! Never lost so big in my life!
You're right. It was all my fault. I didn't mean to drain all the Kuvaki in the pendant, but I'll make it up to you.
You will? Well, in that case, how about you give me your chess set? And we call it even.
I knew you'd say that. Well, it's yours if you want it. In fact, take it now, and I'll even throw in a free Raker of Solnari. Deal?
You're putting me in a difficult position here.
It's a very useful thing to have around, but I have a funny feeling it won't be around much longer. I guess we'll see in a couple of days.
Looks like bankruptcy for me.
Hey, don't be so pessimistic. See this through and you never know. You might find a new business opportunity on the other side.
Ich krieg die Krise. Mann, jetzt beende doch dieses Scheiße hier doch langsam. Jetzt habe ich keinen Bock mehr, wenn ich jetzt streame. Um mich morgen aufzuregen, dass wir kurz vorm Akt 4 beenden waren. Wetten? Sag, ich mache jetzt Feierabend. Mein Hirn ist durchgeschmolzen von Genshin Impact. Ich werde der Wahnsinn.
Looks like this little agent from the Marashosei Phantom is having another fruitless day. A Liyue merchant this far from home who's taking to not cry like a fish to water.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
Und schwupps. Dann habe ich das jetzt auch noch mal erledigt. Mein Hirn ist jetzt gerade echt durch. Boah, das hat sich gezogen und es zieht sich noch. Ich werde nicht mehr. Oh, oder machen wir. Ich weiß nicht, oder machen wir am Dienstag. Ich weiß nicht, wann wir weitermachen. Aber nächste Woche definitiv. Ich muss am Montag was anderes machen, sonst kriege ich die übelste Krise hier. Ich habe gedacht, wir kriegen jetzt irgendwie durchgezogen, aber jetzt sieht kein Ende in Sicht. Gefühlt. Ich hatte nicht so in Erinnerung, dass die Storys so lang sind. Ach, Gott im Himmel. Ich muss wirklich resetten, mein Hirn, weil ich muss noch was fertig machen, wo ich jetzt ein bisschen Zeitdruck habe, wie ich sehe. Krise, Chat. Ich habe eine Krise. Eine Existenzkrise der übelsten Sorte. Oh. Boah, mal gucken, was wir morgen machen. Ich werde jetzt erstmal, glaube ich, noch was wegpacken und dann was machen und dann halt, ja, mal gucken. Vielleicht machen wir morgen wirklich die Pokémon-Karten sortieren. Wer weiß, aber wichtig ist, nächste Woche Story fertig machen, Genshin Impact, und wichtiges Argument, Pokémon-Karten sortieren on Stream mit euch. Das sind die wichtigsten Themen, die wir nächste Woche, also vom 2.2. bis 8.2. halt vorhaben. Ich hoffe, ich halte mich daran und bin nicht so, dass ich wie Freitag und Samstag halt einfach nicht live war. Ich hoffe, das geht alles auf. Es wäre schön, wenn das alles aufgehen würde. Dann würde ich sagen, wir sehen uns morgen. Ich versuche mal zu gucken, ne, so 13, 14 so um den Dreh, würde ich sagen. Vergisst nicht, morgen, wenn ihr Öffis nimmt, öffentlichen Nahverkehr Streik. Also bitte erkundigt euch, wie ihr zur Arbeit kommt und wieder zurück oder ihr habt Homeoffice, je nachdem. Hab ich lieb und schieb.